Hey guys, I'm Luke from the New Adam Project, and today we're talking about devotionals. There are a lot of great devotionals out there, and I mean a lot. But today I want to tell you about 7 proven devotionals that you can consider using in 2024. I say they're proven because all of the devotionals I'm about to share are ones that someone in my family has used and truly benefited from. These are devotionals that we use regularly. Some of these we've been through 3 or 4 times, and we get copies of them for people. The first one is a classic called Morning and Evening by Charles Spurgeon. This, as I said, is an absolutely classic devotional that Christians have benefited from for over 150 years. It's an extremely time-tested resource. I've used it off and on for over the last 20 years, and some of my most helpful breakthroughs or new ideas came from Spurgeon's magnificent insights. It's broken up into short morning time and evening time readings that guide you through the entire year. You simply just can't miss with Spurgeon, who is well known as the Prince of Preachers for a good reason. Okay, number 2 is Living the Christian Year by Bobby Gross. I still don't know how to say his name. I've already made a full video about this devotional, so I'll be extra brief here. This is a magnificent book that guides you devotionally through the entire Christian year, season by season. Every week of the year is guided, and there are daily scripture readings with brief, paragraph-length devotionals. I'm in my 3rd time going through this resource, so it's definitely a favorite of mine. Okay, number 3, I said I was going to go quickly. New Morning Mercies by Paul Tripp. This is a really popular devotional, and for good reason. It guides you through the entire year with brief, one-page reflections and suggested readings from the Bible if you want to dig in further. Tripp is a biblical counselor, and so his insights are very often extremely helpful and illuminating. And best of all is that Tripp guides every day and every experience back to the gospel for the truth that provides. This is a great resource I recommend. Okay, number 4, For the Love of God by D.A. Carson. I'm going to try not to gush too much. This is simply a magnificent devotional by a top-shelf biblical scholar who has the heart of a pastor. This book guides you through the entire year in a really unique way. First, it's organized around Robert Murray McShane's annual Bible reading guide, which has you reading 4 different parts of the Bible every day. The result is this, that you'll read through the New Testament and the Psalms twice and the rest of the Bible once in a calendar year. So it also works as a read through the Bible guide. Even more, though, is that you have theological insights given through 1-page daily reflections by Carson. This volume is packed with insights, and you will learn a ton about the Bible as you also learn about the God who inspired it. Great thing is that there's a companion volume, so there's a whole second volume that you can get for a second year that takes you through the same reading process with all new reflections and devotionals. I love this book. Okay, number 5, Be Thou My Vision by Jonathan Gibson. Yes, this is an empty box because I forgot the actual book at home because we use it. So I described Gibson's Advent liturgy in a different video, but Be Thou My Vision was his first volume that came out in 2021. It's a 1-month or 31-day resource that takes you through a whole liturgy every single day. So everything from a call to worship to prayers of adoration to prayers of confession to scripture readings, creeds, and catechisms and more. It's a truly remarkable resource, but it's not for the faint of heart. I want to be serious about that. I used this for a couple of months, and it took me an average of about 45 minutes a day to go through the entire process and through all the steps. So you need to be aware of that. But don't let that push you away. You get so much out of the time because there's so much packed into this resource. This is a beautiful resource. Again, this is an empty box, but there's a real book. Number 6, 31 Days of Praise by Ruth Myers. This is another time-tested and proven resource that, as of this printing in 1994, already had over 500,000 copies in print. It's a personal favorite of my wife's. She first used it when she was about 16 and says it was foundational for her faith in many ways. As the name indicates, this is a 1-month resource that can be used again and again. Each day it has a 2 to 3 page reading that keys in on a scriptural theme and ties that theme practically to something in the mundane or the beautiful of everyday life. Now, as with the last one, there are companion resources for this book, so you can pick up 31 Days of Prayer or 31 Days of Drawing Near to God and mix those in month by month. But this is a great resource. My wife has used it frequently and gotten copies of it for a number of love people. Okay, the last one is a devotional for the kiddos. This is called How Great Is Our God? 100 Indescribable Devotions About God and Science by Louis Giglio. Our 3 kids love this book because it's filled with fascinating details about the world and truths about God. So every day they're learning something cool about the amazing and sometimes bizarre world that God made, but even more importantly about the character and the love of the God who made it. Our kids absolutely love this book because it's a balance of things that are fascinating and truth about who God is. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully there's something there to draw your interest, to pique your interest just a bit this year. You might pick it up and go through it in 2024. I'll include links for all of these resources in the description below so you can check them out. My encouragement is to find something among these or somewhere else that guides your head, your heart, and your hands this year. If you're interested in more book recommendations and other resources for the Christian life, be sure to check back regularly. And if you haven't, even consider subscribing. There's a video showing right here. There's a good chance you might enjoy it. So if you click that, I'll see you in there. Thanks.